Namaste and welcome to a video on POV style of photography on my bicycle, exploring the beautiful town of Lalitpur and Kathmandu. It's currently 5:30 in the morning, and as you can see, it is raining. It's the mid-monsoon season here in Nepal. And this is the Dhoka. It's one of the historical entrance to the old city of Patan. So I'm going to take a photo of Dhoka from a different angle. So you can see this is one of the historical entrance to this old city, and it's recently been renovated as well. Beautiful artwork. Moving on, you can see the engineering college here in Patan. It's the engineering college buildings, and this is the street that goes down to Kupandol. So I'm going to take the right. It's all downhill from here. So this is the Kupandol street, and I would like to take a photograph from the center of the street, looking at the buildings and the street. It's a nice perspective. Moving on, I can see the bridge of Thapathali, and it's a divider between Lalitpur and Kathmandu. So I'm heading towards Kathmandu now from Lalitpur, and it's a bridge crossing the Bagmati river. Look, I can see some monkeys on the road. And in the distance, in my left, I can see the temple. It's recently been renovated. It's also one of the many temples that was destroyed by the earthquake in 2015. This temple, which is next to Kalmochan Ghat, is known as Kalmochan Temple, and it's dedicated to Hindu god Lord Vishnu. It was built around mid-19th century in a Mughal Gothic architectural style, with a beautiful Mughal and Nepali artwork. Heading up from the temple, this road is known as Tripureswar Road. Its location is called Tripureswar, and this junction is called the Tripureswar Chowk. And on the right, you can see the Dasarath Stadium. It's the Dasarath Rangasala. I'm taking this road on my right towards Kantipat. And in the distance, I notice two cyclists. Interesting. So heading up Kantipat, on the left, I can see the Tarara Tower, Bhimsen Stamba. It's recently been renovated. Taking the road on the left towards New Road, and directly in front I can see the New Road gate. It's a historical monument. It's an entrance to New Road. So New Road is the financial hub and is one of the busiest street of Nepal. It's quite empty early in the morning. I'm using the Nikon Z6 with 24-200 Nikon Z lens. I like this combination as it gives me a lot of versatility. So here, taking a photograph from a lower angle, looking at an old building. It's quite interesting to see very old building next to new tall building. In the distance is the temple complex of Basantapur Durbar Square. New road was built during the period of Prime Minister Juddha Shamsher Rana after the earthquake in 1934, which destroyed many buildings in Kathmandu Valley. This road was formerly called Juddha Sadak in his honor. And this is the statue of Prime Minister Juddha Shamsher Rana. This is Indra Chowk, and the temple on the left is known as Akash Bhairav Temple. These are the old streets of Kathmandu, and a lot of hustle and bustle, early morning marketplace. I really like the vibe here. Let's take a photo of this beautiful temple, Akash Bhairav Temple, which is supposed to have been a palace of the first king of Nepal, Kirati King Yalambar, around 3100 to 3500 years ago. So I'm taking this street on my right towards the beautiful historical Basantapur Durbar Square, also known as Kathmandu Durbar Square. It's listed in the World Heritage Site. The street is full of marketplace. It's a very busy early morning with a lot of shopkeepers and a lot of customers. It's a beautiful, vibrant, old marketplace. I can see the temple of Talezu Bhavani from this angle. Let's take a snap. Talezu Temple is a Hindu temple dedicated to goddess Talezu Bhavani, the royal goddess of the Malla dynasty of Nepal. It was built in 1564 by King Mahendra Malla. Moving up the street, a colorful street that is. It's really beautiful. It's busy, it's a lot of hustle and bustle, but it's beautiful. It's a lot of beautiful people around. So here is the temple of Talezu Bhavani. Looks like an interesting angle. Beautiful. And here we have some folks. Came out really nice. A lot of umbrella. Colorful umbrella. This is the entrance of the Talezu Bhavani temple. Beautiful masterpiece. Kathmandu Durbar Square is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is one of the 3 squares within Kathmandu Valley in Nepal. Durbar Square, where Durbar translates to palace, is an important site for Buddhist and Hindu rituals, holy ceremonies, and royal events. Several buildings in the square collapsed due to the major earthquake in 2015. And many of these buildings are currently under renovation. Surrounded by fountains, ancient statues, small ponds, and a series of courtyards, Kathmandu Durbar Square is a meditative, religious site for spiritual seekers and a haven for photographers. Here, in the distance, is the richly detailed stone sculpture of Hindu deity Kal Vairav, which dates back to 6th century. Kal Vairav is a fierce manifestation of Lord Shiva and is associated with annihilation. Okay, moving on. Let's move a little closer to the statue of Kal Vairav, which is situated in an open space, open air area in the Durbar Square complex. The statue is a gigantic 12-foot tall idol and is regarded as the largest of its kind in the world. I can see a lot of devotees surrounding the temple complex. Here's an interesting perspective. So I'd like to compress the perspective. So let's use the telephoto end of this lens. Came out really nice. The Durbar complex consists of numerous pagoda-style temples featuring the meticulously carved facades crafted by Newa artists, some of which dates back to 16th century. In the distance is the temple of Swet Bhairav, which depicts the most dangerous face of Lord Shiva. The mask of Swet Bhairav is kept throughout the year and only taken out during the Indra Jatra festival. This location is popular for feeding the pigeons, and I can see a lot of people selling pigeon feeds and many people feeding the pigeons. The rain really creates an interesting ambience. It's really beautiful. As I can see a person carrying some vegetables. It's a bright yellow raincoat. Let's move closer to the Swet Bhairav temple complex. I would like to take a close-up photo of the mask of Swet Bhairav. It's really beautiful. And the intricate artwork of the wooden windows really caught my attention. In the distance, I can see a beautiful girl selling some pigeon feed. Let's take a portrait. Beautiful. And here is a wide shot with the temple complex in the background. Using the telephoto end of this lens, I can really push in and get a close-up perspective. And here is the statue of King Pratap Malla, found standing on a column facing the palace in the square. And one more shot of the girl selling pigeon feed under the umbrella. Next to the Swet Bhairav temple complex is the palace complex, historical palace complex. It's beautiful artwork, truly a masterpiece. Really love the details and the artwork on the window, the wooden window. So beautiful. Moving up the Durbar Square complex, in the distance is the temple of Kumari. It's perhaps the most peculiar site of the Durbar Square. It's a 3-storied temple called Kumari Bahal, and this Newari temple, built by the last Malla king, Jayaprakash Malla, houses the Kumari Devi, a young girl chosen through a highly selective process and is believed to be the living embodiment of the Hindu mother goddess. From a distance, one would notice someone looking down a window of a two-story pagoda-style building. It is in fact the idol of Lord Shiva and his consort Parvati. Walking up the streets of Basantapur Durbar Square, one can witness a peculiar amalgam. It is hard to describe seeing the European facade of Gatti Baitak, which finds a place amongst the traditional Newari masonry. This peculiarity creates a spell, an enticing image of the bygone era. And here is the tallest tower in the Durbar Square complex. It is a 9-story tower known as Nautale Darbar. Heading up the outer periphery of the Kathmandu Durbar Square, I come across a beautiful, vibrant, colorful marketplace. A bustling and a busy marketplace, very beautiful and very interesting, as I can see shops that are right underneath old historical monuments. Very interesting. Moving up to the statue of Garuda. It's a beautiful stone sculpture of Garuda. exploring the beautiful, vibrant and a colorful marketplace with a old town charm. It's really beautiful. Really liked it. It's a perfect location for street photography, and I really love the vibe here. So with the beautiful colorful marketplace behind me, I'm moving on and away from the Durbar Square complex, and I come across this bull, an ox, in the middle of the road. Moving on, heading up the street, I come across a beautiful temple. It's a temple of Bhimsenstan, or in Newari, Vindhya. It's a beautiful temple. And I can also see some stupa, Buddha statues. And right next to the Vindhya temple, can see a stone water spout. It's called the Vindhya Gayati. It's beautiful. Interestingly, I can see some sap right beneath the temple complex. Very interesting. So, with that, here's the last photograph of today's photo cycle. Photo walk. I really enjoyed today's photo session, the street photography on my bicycle, exploring the beautiful historical town of Kathmandu, the Durbar Square areas, and the vibrant, colorful marketplace. It's truly a heaven for photographers. And with that, I hope today's video was fun and also inspirational for you to go on your own photo walk, photo cycle that is. It's really fun. So thank you for watching, and namaste.